Hey, what's up, everyone? Thank you for joining me here today. Hey, y'all. Okay. Hey, guys. So my name is Lydia Lopez. Thank you for being here today. Hope you guys are having a great motherfucking day. Okay. So, you guys, today's topic, we are talking about staying consistent. Staying consistent with yourself, with your healing journey that you're on. These are for those that are working on themselves, truly working on themselves, and knowing how hard it can be to stay consistent, not only physically, but mentally. All that can be very, very tough, and it's really important, very importante, to stay consistent. Okay, so you guys, stay tuned for this video. Let's take a shot and cheers. Oh, look at my shot glass. Look how cute that is. Look at that. Look at that. Cheers, you guys. Peace. Hey, what's up, everyone? So thank you so much for joining me here on the FDH Podcast channel, where we feel, deal, and heal together as one, as a team. Thank you guys for being here with me. I appreciate every single one of you that has reached out to me and sent me like such beautiful messages, and even just opening up about your anxieties and your mental health. Like, it really means a lot to me, and that's why I wanted to do this channel, so we can all have a place to feel, deal, and heal. So thank you guys. I know it's gonna be tough because I'm gonna be stuttering and sounding a mess, but it's okay because we're gonna do it together. Okay. And this stuff is hard, you guys, like recording and setting lighting and all that stuff. It's so like, it's very intense. And I have like this mirror in front to kind of see what I'm recording. So sometimes I'll be like looking over here. So don't mind me. Okay. So you guys, today's topic is staying consistent. And again, this is not only just for those that are working on their mental health, their new healing journey, but for anyone that takes in any advice that I give on this channel. And you guys, really quick, I have to say, I am not no licensed therapist, no licensed psychologist. I am not here to give any medical advice, any legal advice, anything like that. I am solely here just to talk about my own anxieties, to hear your guys' stories, to help each other, give advice, learn from each other, and grow from one another. So that's my only purpose of why I'm here, is to help each other, including myself. So yeah. So you guys, I really think it's so important to stay consistent throughout. Well, definitely it's important, obviously, to stay consistent no matter what you're working on in order to meet your goal or whatever it is you're trying to do, But today, my main topic is just really staying consistent on the things you're working on to get better. And so I want to talk a little bit about just my own personal experience about things, and kind of like what's been helping me stay consistent, and what has like stopped me from wanting to break that pattern. And so yeah, so I'm kind of gonna go a little bit away from this topic really quick, and not necessarily, I just want to like talk about the beginning of my healing journey, and really kind of how it started. And I won't bore you guys with like all the details. I'll try to keep this short, But I remember a couple years ago, before COVID, I really wanted to, and you guys, I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm going to be really, really honest on this channel. A lot of people are not going to know a lot of the things that I'm going to say, but that's what this channel's for. I'm not here to lie about anything that I've been feeling, dealing with, healing from, anything like that. And I don't want anyone that comes on the channel to do anything like that either, because I want this to make everyone be able to feel themselves and be open about any and every little thing, because the more you open up about things that are bothering you from within, you start to feel better. So anyway, you guys, a couple years ago, I was taking a lot of pills, and by that I just mean it was a pain pill and an anxiety pill. And I just remember I got to a point where I didn't want to continue to take them anymore. They were making me not be myself, and I was losing a lot of weight, and I knew something wasn't right. But I remember my doctor being very like, no, you need to take this, and it's gonna help you, and you got to take this, and oh, can I take them together? Yeah, sure. And and I want to go and do another topic on when it comes like about prescription pills and things like that, because I want to hear, but I want to do that with someone. And if anyone that's out there that is been on different type of medications for anxiety and depression, I would love to hear your story and how they made you feel. How did you overcome those type of emotions and those things in your life when it came to like taking the pills. So please hit me up and come on the channel so we can hear your story, okay? Because I want to know more about other people's story when it comes to medications, because everyone deals with it differently. And so for me, I just felt they were not helping me. I was feeling so lost, and you guys, I was actually suicidal at one point in my life. And I remember thinking at the time that I was working on myself. And I remember like I would get up early in the morning and like read something in a book. Like I had got like a book at one, I don't even know what book it was, but I got a book, and I just remember I opened it one time, read a couple pages, went on YouTube, watched a couple videos, and I was doing that like every day for a couple weeks, thinking like, I don't know, it was weird. It's when you're lost in the fog, and I stated a lot of the things that I'm talking about. If you guys listen to me on Spotify, I know I stated a lot of these statements in there as well in the podcast, but I want to talk about it here on the YouTube channel now that I'm new to this and everything. But you feel so lost in the fog in those moments, and that's okay, because it takes a lot of growth, a lot of strength and challenges, and all of those things combined to really find yourself and to get to know yourself and where you want to be. And so, and by that I mean like where you want to be inside. Like right now I'm talking about like really from within, like healing from inside. And so like I said, I thought I was working on myself. I thought like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do, because I didn't know what I was supposed to do to really like work on myself. We were never taught that growing up. You know what I mean? Not that that's bad. It's not that we blame our parents or anything, especially me. Like I love my parents. I have amazing parents, and I'm truly blessed for the parents that I have. But I'm just saying that we weren't taught certain things of how to deal with certain anxieties and certain mental health issues. And so I didn't really know like where to start, and just kind of like went on like social media and kind of like, I don't know, maybe Google some stuff. But anyway, I remember thinking like, this isn't getting better. And I just still continued like to take the pills as well, but things were not getting better in my life at that time. I went through a really, really rough time. Me and my boyfriend at the time, we even split up, and I just was like a mess inside. I did not know where I wanted to be, what I wanted to do. And so I remember 2020, right after COVID, I was working, and that was another thing that I really remember is at that time I didn't know like if I really wanted to make that big change of getting off the medication and seeing how my body was going to react to it. I was so scared of that. I was so scared to see what was going to happen, because I had did it once before and it was very scary. So I was scared for this second time for me to go through it. And one of my good friends at the time, he was helping me so much, and was giving me so much motivation to like stop taking those pills, And sorry guys, it's like a really tough topic for me to talk about, because I never really opened up too much about this topic. But I just remember feeling really lost in that time. So long story short, you guys, my cousin had passed away, and I remember it really, it still does, like it just messed with me really bad. And I went to go talk to my best friend about it, and he was very, I don't want to cry, guys. Oh man. Sorry guys, I had to pause the video because I got emotional, okay? It'd be hard, okay? So you guys, like I was saying, I was talking to my good friend about my cousin passing away, and he was very encouraging, very helpful in helping me get through that. And 1 week later, he passed away. And I was in the same spot when my cousin passed away and when he passed away, exactly a week apart. And so I remember like just wanting to give up on everything that I was wanting to work on, especially after like the death of my cousin and my good friend. And the thing is, like, a lot of my anxiety and stuff comes from that. Like, I've lost a lot of close people to me, and I never really knew how to like deal with it from within. And so anyway, you guys, I remember after that, I started to kind of be in that fuck it attitude, when you get like something happens, right? And, that's the thing, we think we're working on ourselves, and then something happens that brings us down. And then next thing you know, we get in that fuck it attitude. And then when you're in that fuck it attitude, you just kind of fuck it, Oh, fuck it, I'll do that. Fuck it, I'll do this. Oh, fuck it. And that is not the mindset. I knew I didn't want that mindset. And it was bothering me because, like, the devil had so much control over me, and I felt it. And you guys, not to jump into a religious topic, because for those that are not believers in God, that's fine. Like I always say, I love you no matter what. But I'm a big believer in God. And so... and I know that the devil's real too, and I know that when he sees you working on yourself, they'll bring you down so much, so much. Anyway, I remember after that was November 2020 when that happened. I lost my job after that. I kind of just lost myself mentally. I didn't really know I didn't know what I wanted to do anymore. It was such a weird feeling. You like when I say you feel lost, you do. You just feel lost, And so I remember just constantly reminding myself that this isn't where I'm supposed to be. And so I remember, to now fast forward, last year, of not this past December, but the year prior. 111. It's 111 right now, and I'm wearing my 111 necklace. Okay, sorry guys. So I remember last year, again, or sorry, not this past December, but the December before, my grandpa was, he was dying, and he lived a long, amazing life, and I love my grandpa, and he was just so amazing. But when he was in the hospital, I was just feeling something inside of me was just telling me that I'm ready to find myself. I'm ready to get over this anxiety. I'm ready to stop being in such a fearful mindset. I'm ready to break free from this anxiety, from this worry, and this constant fear of my everyday life. To go to the store, to go talk to people, to work, to be on the phone, to going to give somebody a ride, all of that. When you have bad anxiety, you don't want to do none of those things. And when you're feeling lost and with yourself, it's very draining, and you have no motivation, you have no energy, you have nothing to give people because you're not even giving nothing to yourself, you know? And so I just kept reminding myself, like, do I want to live my life like this? Do I want to be 50 years old and still be like this? And so I know a lot of this I might have mentioned in the previous video, but it's just really important, you guys. It's really important to only you know when. You know what I'm saying? Only you know when is the right time for you to find yourself and get on a good path. Like for me, it's like I just knew when my grandpa was passing, something was telling me, like, this is it. Like, you need to find yourself. And I remember spending the night with him when the day before he passed in the hospital. And I just told myself, like, after this day, I'm not going to take any more medication. No more pain pills, no more nothing. That's it, you know? And at this point, though, like, I wasn't really taking them like I was previously. It was nothing like before, I'm going to be honest. But I didn't want to take them at all because I still knew just how they were making me feel and how it was affecting my anxiety. And again, this is just all for me, my own personal experience. And so, like the next morning, again, I'm still at the hospital, and me, my parents, and my aunt leave the hospital. We're on our way home. We get a call that my grandpa passes away as we were on the freeway. But what's so crazy is that on the way home, because we were just going to go change and go back to the hospital, but on the way home, I remember I had been in such a deep mindset of wanting to really change myself, you guys, in this moment. I don't really know where it came from, why it came so deep like that, but it did. And I think that was just God telling me that it's my time, it's my time to get it together. And so something about being with my grandpa, though, you guys, like, really, really, like, made me think differently. And I don't really know what it is yet that was, but something, even when I was sleeping in the hospital that night with him, like, I just felt like ready. I just felt ready. And so when he passed away, I remember it was like rainy and cloudy, and I remember the sky just like being really, like, the clouds just moved out the way, the sun was out, and it was vibrant and pretty. And we got the call, and we pulled off the exit, and of course, we were all crying and went back to the hospital. And I just, of course, definitely, like, we were all sad to lose my grandpa, and it was such a sad moment. But I remember, like, feeling like something inside of me was like, it's time, Lydia, to really find yourself now. And from that day forward, I never took a pill since then. And so I started working on myself, completely dedicated myself to working on myself. And I just really, like, and still, I will never give up. Like, nothing or no one will ever stop me on this new healing journey that I'm on, because I'm doing it with love, and I want to be more of a better, loving person. Not that I'm not, but, like, when you have anxiety and you feel lost inside, you feel like you have no emotions inside. Like, there's no love there. If you don't feel any, love from within inside, you can't give it to people. You can fake it. You can fake all you want. But in reality, when you're not really feeling it deep inside, it's hard. It's hard to really find yourself, So yeah, like, I still to this day have not taken not one of those nasty ass pills. Okay. And again, nothing against people that take them, because some people need them and they help them, and that's totally fine. I have nothing against that. I'm only speaking on my own personal experience and how they made me feel. That's it. Everybody's different. Okay. So, anyway, you guys, so to the topic of what I'm saying of being consistent, I say this because as I've been working on myself, again, like, it comes with a lot of work. It doesn't just mean you wake up and just maybe say a prayer, you just meditate, you think positive. It's more than that. It's really, really like working on yourself. And I do it in silence. I don't need to prove to nobody what I'm doing to work on my inner self. And that's what everyone should really know and learn, that you don't have to prove nothing to nobody when you're working on yourself. You do that shit for yourself, and you do what you need to do to work on yourself. The steps that I did to work on myself might not be the steps you need to take to work on yourself. Who knows? Everybody's different, Maybe they are. Doesn't matter. Only you know what you need to do at the end of the day. And so for me, I started taking the steps I needed to take, and I'm so proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for overcoming so many fears of mine. And I still struggle with things every day. It's something I'm working on every single day. But it's so important to stay consistent, because consistency is key in order to really get to where you want to get. And even after that, you still got to stay consistent. And so I noticed I just want to talk about this really quick, a couple stories that happened to me back to back. So normally with my anxiety, right, when things happen, let's say, I'm going to tell you a story that happened to me on the day after Valentine's Day. The day after Valentine's Day, I went to Walmart and I was getting things to make chocolate covered strawberries for my nieces and nephews and stuff, because Valentine's Day was like an ugly day, so I couldn't do it then. So I go to Walmart and it's like 12:30 p.m. or something. And I go to Walmart and I pull up in the driveway, and normally at my house, I just pull up sideways and keep my car right there because nobody's parked in the driveway. And so, oh shit. And so anyway, once I pull in the driveway, I'm getting ready to smoke like I do. And so I'm getting ready to smoke, and I light my cigar, and I probably take 2 puffs out of it, and it falls on me. Mind you, my foot is on the brake, and I drop the cigar. It burns me. Things happen so fast. So when it burned me, I get out of the car because it's burning my leg, and I'm dusting myself off, not realizing my car is not in park. My foot's only on the brake. But it happened so fast that I thought my car was in park. And so my car started rolling slowly, and I tried to jump in to save it. I couldn't. It drugged me. I messed up my knees really bad. I hit my head, and I thought the tire was going to run over my head, so I had to move a certain way. And I was on the floor screaming, you guys. I was screaming so loud the neighbor heard me, okay? It was crazy. And so I had no control. I just felt so helpless. In those seconds, my car was moving so slow but so fast. You know what I mean? And so I knew there was nothing I could do. I knew that my car was going to go into the wall. And it did. My car just slowly hit the wall. But let me tell you guys something, okay? When my car hit the wall, I'm on the ground still. So my car hits the wall, and I me being on the ground, because I'm just so fucked up, and it's crazy because I knew right away I was going to go into a straight panic attack. So I knew I had to control myself. I had not felt this type of panic and anxiety in a very long time. You guys, last time I had a severe panic attack, I was working at Coach. Really quick, long story short, I drank a Monster and coffee and took Excedrin. Didn't know Excedrin had caffeine. Next thing you know, I was in the hospital, and my hands were stuck like this from the panic attack. So last time I experienced that, that was then. So this time when this happened, I'm oh my God, I was worried that was going to happen again. And so my mom was like, trying to figure out what's going on. It's, and I mean, it's funny now, but my mom thought somebody was shooting at me. She's like, I thought somebody was shooting. Not that it's not funny. That's not funny, but it's just, if you know my mom, like it's funny. But, so anyway, I'm like freaking out, and, I remember like first when I was on the ground, like I remember like my car like in the front just looked fucked up. Like it was like my whole like bumper and everything was like sticking out like crazy. And so I was like, fuck, man, like just and I remember screaming like a movie, you guys. I was like, no. I was freaking out. No wonder why my neighbor came out. And you guys, really quick, my neighbor's so funny. The next day, I'm gonna go back to the story real quick, but the next day I'm like sitting outside. Why is she come around the corner, points at the wall and starts laughing? So watch, Rachel. Watch when you need your mail. No, I'm just kidding. No, I love her. So anyway, you guys, like I remember right when that happened, my mom knows how I am and how I can freak out really, really easily. So I sat outside and I just knew to control myself, my breathing. I kept focusing on my breathing because the old me would have flipped out. And I don't even want to describe how I probably would have flipped out, but it just would have been bad. So I sat there. I remember I had my eyes closed. I can hear like a car pulling up, and it's my nephew. And my nephew's like, I could hear him saying like, Dia. But I couldn't even open my eyes. I couldn't look up because I was so scared to say anything, because I knew if I did, I was going to have a panic attack. So I was really focused on like controlling my breathing, And so he's like, Dia. And like I could hear him and his friends like touching my car, like moving the front of the car. And I wanted to at that time, like I just, not in a mean way, I just wanted like to yell like, don't touch my car. Like, cause in that moment I'm like, oh, they don't know what they're doing, whatever. But no words could come out of my mouth because that's how bad it was. When you are used to having severe anxiety or panic attacks, you know that feeling of when it's deep and when it can hit hard. It's a very scary, scary feeling. And so I didn't want no ambulance getting called. No ambulance. Okay. And so all I hear is like my nephew. He's like, Dia, your car's okay. And I'm like, what? And I like literally like because I'm like this. And then like I look up and I'm like, what? And you guys, I'm not even kidding. I look up and like my car looks like nothing happened. I was like, what? And so, anyway, so I get up and, like it's so hard, you guys, when to talk about these kind of things when they happen, because like everything happens so fast, So anyway, I remember like looking at the wall, and if my mom, like at my parents' house, the way they have like these like bricks in the front, and behind those bricks, like in, I don't know too much about these construction things, but there's like a piece of wood right there. If that piece of wood wouldn't have been there, and those bricks, I don't know why I'm like this, like y'all know what I'm talking about. But if that wouldn't have been there, my car would have went right through the wall. So, and it didn't, and like bent it. And like they fixed it within a couple of days. My dad was gonna knock down like all of that stuff anyway. I mean, not that that makes it any better, but you guys, anyway, my point is I never had anything like that happen to me. Okay, not even in my faded days. Okay, so I was so like, even still right now, like it's a very weird feeling to like watch your car roll in front of you, knowing it's going to hit something, knowing you have no control over it, and that's just it. That's a weird feeling. And so I remember like right away I thought, Lydia, don't let this bring you down, because that's what I'm saying. It, like, things will try and bring you down when you're working on yourself, when you're doing the best that you can. whether it's a situation like that or whether it's a person, something or someone will try to bring you down, and you need to stay uplifted and consistent with the things you've been working on to stay in a better mindset. So I knew I had to like get my shit together. But a couple days later, okay, I go wash clothes. I'm washing clothes. I go put them in the dryer. When I go put them in the dryer, my whole garage is flooded. And I mean beyond flooded. Like I felt like I could sit in the water on the floor and like splash and all kind of stuff. And you guys, my son, really, I just want to give some credit to my baby. Okay. I love my baby. He is such an amazing person. My son is so, and that's another thing I've been working on too, is talking more differently with my son. He's 13. I told him, I don't need to yell at you, boy, but it's good when you can talk to your kids. Kids need to understand that it's okay for them to feel their emotions as well. And they need to understand that we're here for them and we understand them. A kid needs to know that they're being understood. Okay. But anyway, I'm going to do a whole nother topic about that. I actually want my son to join me because he's awesome. But let me tell you guys, my son that day, because he knows how my anxiety can get to. But that day, right when I walked in, I'm like, this is not happening right now. Like, this is not happening. Are you serious? He went into like full man mode. He was like, Mom, don't even worry. Like, pulling on his car out, and he like started sweeping all the water out. He put like all the blankets, because I was going to wash his blankets and they were like completely soaked. So he hung them all on the, why am I about to say grass? The gate? Sorry. Anyway, it was such a, like, you guys, I can't really explain it that much because it's one of those situations you had to be there to experience it. But you guys, I'm sure that are listening know what I'm talking about. When my point of what I'm saying is when you're working on yourself and these things happen that will really try and bring you down, make you think like, make you want to go back into those fuck it like attitudes. Things like this will make you be like that. Like, it sounds stupid, but it's true. Like, especially if you suffer with anxiety and mental health issues, like, things will knock you back down. I feel like I should do like ASMR. What do you guys think? Okay, so yeah, so my son went into full on like beast mode. Proud of him. He cleaned the whole thing for me. Like, you guys would not even have known anything had happened. I'm so proud of him. Well, then check this out. One more thing, okay, you guys? So when that happened, I instantly go in those mindsets where I'm just frustrated, I'm mad, and it'll last for a little bit. But I'm learning now how to fix that, because it's all about how you control your mindset, because you have all the control of your mind. So we can't blame others. We can't blame, like, yeah, that happened, right? Or let's say, for example, you get pulled over, you get, fat ass ticket for whatever it is. And at the end of the day, we can't let those situations take over our energy and our mindset, because it only leads to frustration and fear and anxiety. And what is the point of really feeling that every single day, like inside? Like, nobody wants to feel that all the time. I look at hair on my damn nose. Nobody wants to feel that inside, And I surely don't. I don't want to be like that the rest of my life. I want to wake up. I know I might wake up and have tough days. I'm not saying I'm going to wake up every day perfectly fine, but I want to at least do the best that I can. And even when things are going bad, I want to know that I can talk myself through those things. Are they going to stop? No, of course, bad things are going to happen, but at least we can change our mindset on how we control those bad things, those bad situations. It's all about how you think about things. Changing your mindset when you're on a healing journey is very important. And so I've been really working on that. But so you guys, I remember like getting in a really like fuck it kind of attitude. But a couple days after that, or maybe like a week or something, we're dog sitting and we're, me and my son, we were going to go to Victorville this day, and I had to put the dogs in the backyard. My mom was asleep, and I remember like, sorry guys. I remember driving on the freeway and just like, and I know this happens to a lot of you guys, like when you're thinking of somebody or whatever, and then they message you and they text you and you're like, what the heck? So I had one of those situations. So I'm driving on the freeway, and if you guys know me, I be having a lot of those. Got me knowing. Excuse me. So driving on the freeway, excuse me again. And I'm thinking of my mom, and I'm like, is my mom okay? Hopefully the dogs didn't wake her up. Right when I think of that, my mom calls me freaking out. Like freaking out because the dogs were attacking each other. And my mom's never experienced something like that. And so hearing my mom, the way she was crying, like really, really like, oh my God, it really freaked me out. And my son was with me. I hadn't had a panic attack like this in a long time, not even when that happened with my car. I pulled off the side on Hodge Road, and I remember like freaking out. But the way hearing my mom scream and cry like that was like, it scared me so bad. And then picturing the dogs hurting each other, if they were going to kill each other, like, and I was like shaking, you guys, like I was shaking, and I was scared. Like I was scared I was going to have a panic attack in front of my son. And my son, being the hero that he is, I love my baby. Love you, baby. You my baby. But he jumped, like I'm in the driver's seat, and he like jumped over, like put his arm around me, and he's like, Mom, it's gonna be okay. Like just breathe. Like it's gonna be fine. And even if they do die, Mom, they're gonna go to heaven and they'll be okay. Like he was saying anything in his power to make me feel better. And I'm telling you guys, like when you have bad anxiety or about to go into panic attack, for those that know, it's like a feeling in your hands, right? Well, for me it is. And so I'm sure quite a few people have that too. And it's like, and it like that sensation feeling like was going away. And I'm like, thank you, God. Thank you, God, that I have such an amazing son and helping me like fight through this anxiety, you know? And really quick, the dogs are fine, you guys. But we were on our way to Victorville, and I remember like normally I would have turned back around. That's the thing with my anxiety. When it would get bad, I would, nope, give up. I gotta go. I need to go to my safe zone, which is home, hide from the world, stay in my room. And that was like my comfort thing. But you have to fight through that. And so I did. We went shopping, had a good day. Things were fine. But that is what I'm saying, is like, this is my whole point of what I'm talking about, is because staying consistent, like I have to stay consistent in these moments, and through fighting through my mental health, fighting through my anxiety and my worries and my fears. It's a consistent thing. Wait, would it be consistently? I don't know. Anyway, no, I'm saying you got to stay consistent, because especially more if you're working on yourself and you're really working on yourself, because things like this will bring you down. It could be so many other things. Again, I'm just explaining my own personal experience and how it can bring you to where like you lose track of things, and you know, your mind's going somewhere else now, and it's like bringing yourself back, you know, getting back into that mode and staying consistent, staying on the workout, staying on the reading, staying on the writing, because there's days where you're like not wanting to stay consistent. I don't want to read that book. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to write. But you have to. In order to get where you want to be, you got to fight through. You can't expect things to just come easily when you're trying to work on getting your mental health in a good place. It's not going to come easy, because the devil doesn't want that, you know? And so fight through that and get better. And you guys, really quick, even last weekend, I have never I feel like the more I'm working on myself right now, like a lot has been like really trying to fucking bring me down, you know? And I'm going to do everything I can to fight through that, even whatever else comes at me. I'm just kidding. You know what I'm saying? Like, but hey, whatever I'm capable of doing, whatever I'm not, it's just whatever God wants me to do. whatever God calls for me and brings to my life, I'm ready for it because I truly believe in him, but I don't really have allergies like that. And I realized I work in San Diego, and so I'm working at I've worked at this park before, but it's been a little bit that I've worked at this area before. And so I had really bad allergies on Saturday or Sunday. And I had bad anxiety, and thank God that I'm able to be more open about my anxiety with certain people, because the last time before COVID, I was having some type of anxiety, and I didn't even go to work, you guys. I'm telling you, I'm being honest, I've lost quite a few jobs because of my anxiety, and that's fucked up, but I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm getting better, and I'm definitely in such a better place now. But I've lost jobs because of my anxiety. And this day of this job, I remember I had bad anxiety and I left, and I didn't even stay, and I just gave up. And I happened to be at the same place when this happened last time. And so I remember having the allergies. They were I felt like I couldn't really breathe because of the allergies, and that started making me panic. I started panicking that I wasn't able to breathe right. And so I remember texting my boss, and I'm like, hey, I'm in my car having a little bit of anxiety, probably due to allergies or something. And thank God he's an awesome person. He was able to help me out. And normally I would leave. I would leave, if once the anxiety feeling went away, I'm like, okay, I gotta go. But I'm fighting through that. And I'm like, no, I'm staying and I'm gonna work. And I did. And I'm proud of myself, because again, you guys, it's part of staying consistent. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to bore you guys with all my stories, okay? But my whole point to the whole topic today is staying consistent with everything that you're working on, because it means something and it matters, and you're doing such a great job. And don't let what other people say or do affect what you're doing. Keep staying consistent little by little, even if it's baby steps. Don't give up. Don't give up, you guys. Stay in that mindset of knowing that you're in control of yourself. You are good. You are safe. I know those can be very common things to say, and it might sound corny, oh, I'm safe, I'm loved, but we need to tell ourselves these things, because if you don't start changing your mindset, trying to stay consistent isn't going to work. You need to change your mindset and how you think and be more positive. That's my goal, is to be I'm trying to be less judgmental, try not to assume, try not to take things personally. If you've read the 4 Agreements, that's part of that book, and it talks about that. I highly recommend you guys reading that book. I think I have it right here. I do. This is the book right here, the 4 Agreements. It's really small. You guys can read it. I definitely recommend checking it out. This book has helped me so much. So yeah, thank you guys for listening to me. I really appreciate you guys being here, and I know it's going to be tough with me doing this whole YouTube thing. I'm getting used to it. I'm learning. I know things are going to get better. I have guests that are going to be coming on. The only reason why it's taking a little bit of time is because I have certain microphones I have to order and certain equipment. And so that's a little bit of the money and things like that. But it's all coming together. I just ordered a new microphone. So stay tuned, you guys. I'm excited for a couple people that I'm going to have on. I know I mentioned one of our good friends, James Noble. I want him to come on so we can talk about what he's doing for our community to help our kids. Our kids they need so much help. There's so much anxiety that these kids are feeling, and it's sad. And so I want to bring kids on here too. My son's going to be on here, and hopefully he can help out a lot of young kids as well. Another good friend of mine in Vegas, he runs a rehab center. They're going to be on here as well. So I have a lot of things coming up. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys listening and watching my face. Oh, hi. So thank you guys. And if you guys have any, topics that you guys want me to talk about, if you guys want to be on my channel and you want to talk about something, please reach out to me. I would love to hear your story. I would love to have you guys on. So thank you so much. And please like the video. Please share the video. Please subscribe to my channel. Please, you guys, it'll help me out so much with this new YouTube thing. So I would really appreciate it. And thank you guys. Thank you guys for listening, and thank you for joining me on the FDH Podcast channel, where we feel, deal, and heal together. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Have a great day and good vibes. Oh, bye.